Welcome to another episode of Extinct Breeds Originals. And for this very special episode, this will be all for my series on Prehistoric Planet.
Unknown, unexplained, unbelievable, until now.
And this is my version of Barbaridactylus for Prehistoric Planet. And here's the making of our Barbaridactylus. So we have here the makings of the Barbaridactylus. You can see here the infamous crest on the head for male Barbaridactylus. Take note that I will just be making one, which is the male version, and then of course I added some articulation to it so that the legs would move. So you can see here that I've used the Friends bootleg pieces for this, and that's it. So we'll just have to mix in some clay and they should be done. So we started up by doing the sculpting on this one. So you can see that I had mixed equal parts of epoxy non-sag A and B, and we have it here, and we're using this to create the sculpts on our particular custom here. So the Barbaridactylus actually has a high set eyes over here, very similar to most Pterosaurs. So we have that sculpted here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. So we're pretty much done with the head. It's a simple head sculpt over here, and then of course we're going to do that same sculpt on the other side of the body. We're also filling in some gaps on the legs over here so that it's much more sturdier and it's easier to it has a full sculpted body on this particular costume. So yeah, so here is our finished sculpt on our Barbaridactylus. You can see that it's just very simple, just a few clay on the head, also on the body, and yeah, so that's it. We're just going to wait for this one to cure, and then we're going to sand it and then paint it. So it is scorching hot here in the Philippines, and so I got to have a little bit of time after I showered, and it's around a little less than 30 degrees here in my apartment. But yeah, so just to finish off on our custom here, our Barbaridactylus, you can see that it's already primered, and now we're going to move on with the painting. So we'll be using some brushes over here, some acrylics over here, so Liquitex, Reeves, Focus as well, and then some water, and let's start the painting. So first up, this is a mixture of unbleached titanium and a little bit of white, and we're painting this on, well, practically an entire figure for the first. And since it is mostly the color of the figure, except of course the membranes of the wings, then we're just going to go mad with it and paint the entire thing, including the lower jaw of the figure, the entire face, and also some parts of the crest of the Barbaridactylus. So here we're putting on some lighter gray on our figure here on certain areas, such as that of the head. There are some transitions of lighter gray, then the darker grays on the most uncertain areas, such as the back and also some parts of the wings as well. So at least for now, we're just putting in on some of the details, such as the lower sections of the beak as well as that of the head. Okay, so now we have here a mixture of pink, mixed with a little bit of raw umber just to darken it up, and we're placing this on some areas of the face, as you can see here, and also some areas of the body as well. So the face will have strategic areas where the pink colors are more apparent than the yellow ones, so we're putting those splotches in so that later on when the gray areas are painted on, then we don't have to go through them, and since gray is not a really good color with paint. So we're just continuing on with the mixture of raw umber and pink to make certain details on the, what do you call those? The frame of the wing, the arms. So we're not putting it all, we're not painting all, so we wanted to have that detailed look onto it, but doesn't have to be really perfect. Also, we're going to paint on the back of the Barbaridactylus over here, just to put on some details. But remember later on that you're going to put on some gray on it, so the pink doesn't have to be perfect, because you can just clean the lines up once the what do you call that, the grays are already painted in. So just feel free to be more imaginative, when painting your figures. Although you are taking inspiration from a certain movie or TV show, then since this is your toy and eventually you wanted to play with it, so the more that you're liking it in terms of the overall look, then that is what matters actually. So here we have a mixture of raw umber and gray, and we're painting this on the entire back of the creature. So I know it looks a bit lighter here, but eventually after it dries off, it's going to be a lot darker. So what you can do is you can test off some of your paints on paper, let it dry, and see if that is the color that you want. Okay, so that's just actually one tip that you can get from me, but again, trial and error at your own pace is still the best teacher, guys. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. That is how I am earlier on, and actually I just have fun with it. So that is what's most important, guys. Now for the wings, it's pretty much straightforward. We have mixtured here just a few a few yellow ochre drops with some gray, and we're putting this as details on our wings. Now remember that the wings are already primered with gray, and I think that following through with that color would be most productive in terms of design. So just go with your gut. If you want to paint it whole first before doing this, then fine, it's good. But since I think that the gray colors here would actually complement the entire figure, then that's what I'm doing here. Alright, so we're almost in the home stretch, and what I'm doing now is we're painting on the details on the beak of our Barbaridactylus. You can see here that I'm carefully dabbing in some colors. This is a mixture of yellow ochre, white, and a little bit of what was left in the pink and raw umber mixture, and we're painting on the details of the beak. So like I've said, it's okay to make mistakes when you were painting on the pink ones, because it is here where you are going to correct it. So any excess colors of pink, you can actually hide it by dabbing in some of the yellowish details here. Okay, so similar to what we did on the other side. Sorry for the unfocused camera here. This is what you want to end up with. Right. Now to create a pop of color, we have here yellow ochre, and we're painting on dabs of colors on the actual crest of our Barbaridactylus. And we're gonna finish off the details with painting the beak with raw sienna later on, and that should be it for the Barbaridactylus custom. Also, we will just need to also put in some details in the eyes, also paint the insides of the mouth and so on, so that it's pretty much complete.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
And before anything else, I'd like to greet Ice Dragon a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
And here's the announcements of the Guesses PC Contest winners. First up, we have 10 lucky picks. Here they are: Christopher Craig, Swollen Head of Dragon, IJ Channel, Andrew De La Rosa, Rasmus Soderberg, Victor Gabriel, Thyrosaurus, Prehistoric Species, Cezanne Jimenez, and Dino Onyx. Congratulations, everyone! And now for our top 10 winners.
Top 10.
Jurassic Friends,
Top 9.
Lego Vietnam Bricks,
Top 8.
Ice Dragon,
Top 7.
Prehistoric Life,
Top 6.
Excellent, Rooney's
Top
Dino
5.
Art,
Top 4.
Aiden Stevenson,
Top 3.
Gabriel Elkins,
Top 2.
Rexy at Bricks,
Top
and
1.
Colton Todd. Congratulations, everyone, and I'll see you in the next Guesses PC contest. For those of you who'd like to join, here's how. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon. It will link you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. In the homepage, just click on the community link to see all our posts. Hey there, everyone. Mara is back, and she is quite excited because she will be presenting the very first video for our series of Prehistoric Planet. And for the very first video, there is no other choice but for us to make the creature or the flying creature in the logo of Prehistoric Planet, which is Barbaridactylus. So Mara will be coming back later for some size comparisons. So for now, let's have a closer look on our Barbaridactylus. So this particular creature is actually based off from this photo. It is a screenshot from the actual series Prehistoric Planet. Now the Prehistoric Planet is actually one of those dinosaur series that we have been waiting for so long, because it has a lot of newly discovered dinosaurs, and those dinosaurs which are now depicted as accurate and has a lot of science into it. So let's go into it. So our Barbaridactylus would have this really large crest on the top of its head. So usually this is seen in male Barbaridactylus. So in the series, you would see that the males are actually much larger than the females, and the dominating males actually has this really large crest on its head. Okay. Other than that, the Barbaridactylus also has a pinkish hue to it. So some areas of pink on the head, on the body as well, and also on the wings. So the Barbaridactylus also has this patterning on the head, like so, a brown patterning, and it actually is one of those colors that popped out in this particular custom. So although the Barbaridactylus has subtle colors, I tried as much as possible to include a lot of details into this particular custom. So you're probably noticing that Allan doesn't have a lot of articulation on this one, and this is quite intentional because the material that I used here is the smaller Pteranodon bootleg figure, and that the plastic on that one is quite brittle, and if I cut through some of the plastic, it's just going to crack up, and we don't want that on our particular channel. So I tried as much as possible to include articulation on the figure, such as that of the legs, like so. But the wings, I had second and third thoughts of whether or I should have a folded one, because the Barbaridactylus actually is seen mostly walking on all fours. But hey, there's just so much that I could do, right? Also, the Barbaridactylus here would have one stud on the back here, as I've maintained it for the actual figure itself. Alright, so let me just show you here a sample of the uncustomized figure, and here it is. Sorry. So you can see that it has one stud on the back, like so. It has the Pteranodon head sculpt to it. It has wings that has just one articulation, one here and one there, and if you're going to remove this one, you can see that it has a Lego compatible articulation on this particular piece of the figure. Also, it has a hole here, and it has the usual what do you call this, legs of the Pteranodon. But so if you're going to compare this particular figure with a Pteranodon Lego figure, as you can see here is a Pteranodon Lego figure, the size difference is quite remarkable. So you can see this one is much more smaller in terms of wingspan, the size of the body as well, and even the head size. So let's compare the head size. So here's the head of the Pteranodon, and here's the head of the smaller Pteranodon. So basing it up in terms of length, see, so the length of the beak is quite longer on the Pteranodon, and also the crest as well. So those are the main differences between the Pteranodon and this particular figure over here, which we actually used for the Barbaridactylus. So as I've shown you earlier, in terms of articulation, you can open and close its mouth like so. Of course, flap the wings up and down, and then of course move the legs like so. And that is our closer look on the Barbaridactylus. Let's now move along with the size comparisons. So we've fixed the Barbaridactylus here on a stand so that you won't actually need to move. So comparing it with a human being, the Barbaridactylus, although not a very big Pterosaur, it has some largeness to it as well. So the larger males would actually be around this size compared to a human being. So although this one is much larger than we actually anticipate, it's just about the right size, I guess, in terms of comparing it with the actual size. Right, so let's now move along with comparisons with other pterosaurs that had either weird heads or weird crests, much like or very similar to our Barbaridactylus. So first up, we have a smaller species with a weird looking head to it. This one is the Tapejara or Tapejara. So the Tapejara has this weird looking crest to its head. This one, although it opens and closes its mouth, it's quite weird when you look at it from the front. So probably we'll be making one of these, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see a remake of the Tapejara as well. But yeah, so this one is actually based off from the Jurassic World. First release of the Tapejara from Mattel toy line. Right, so another weird looking pterosaur would be this Jungaripterus. So the Jungaripterus here would have a weird looking head to it. It's the ugliest head I've ever seen of a pterosaur, to be honest. It has this what do you call this, crest on front of its nasal head or nasal bone. It has weird looking teeth over here. What else? It has this grayish light colors with golden accentuations and also some markings on the eye as well. This is based off from the Jurassic World Alive Jungaripterus. So actually it has two sets of wings, and you're going to see that in the actual video of the Jungaripterus. So guys, please check out the video on our Jungaripterus from Jurassic World Alive. I think you're gonna like it. Also, one of my older customs from before would be the Geosternbergia. So the Geosternbergia is actually based off from the Jurassic Park, the Lost World creature or pterosaur. It has this weird looking head to it, or head crest to it. The beak is likewise, angled in a way that it actually looks like it's smiling. So this is the Geosternbergia, guys. I know you guys have been requesting for a remake on this one, but we'll see. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd really want to see this one remade. Also, we have one of those with the largest head that I've made so far. This is the Tupandactylus. Right. So the Tupandactylus actually is one of those pterosaur creatures that I've just recently made. So it has a ton of details actually on the head itself. It has this really large circular crest with varying colors of green, yellows, oranges, and white. It also has some detailing on the wings as well, as you can see here. So this is the Tupandactylus, guys. I think this is actually based off from the Jurassic World Alive Tupandactylus. Right, so another would be the Pteranodon from Camp Cretaceous. So the Pteranodon from Camp Cretaceous over here has this very particular look to its head. It looks really angry. I think it's based off from an angry turkey. It has some details of metallic blues on the back, also orange wingspans or wing membranes to it, and of course the angry looking head. Another custom that I made, which actually doesn't have a crest, would be this Pterodactylus. Now, this Pterodactylus, if you guys don't know yet, is actually the pterosaur that was mentioned in the Jurassic Park novel itself. So the Pterodactylus would have no crest on it. It has this weird looking teeth arranged on its head. I'm not sure where I got the actual pattern or the inspiration to the colors of this one, but I wanted it to have this fleshy colors on the head, and of course a yellow orangey color on the beak. So it looks like a bird, but it's not. Okay, so lastly we have one of those more elaborate creatures that I've made so far here on the channel. For pterosaurs, this would be the Aero Titan. Here you go. So the Aero Titan is actually seen in one of those newer Jurassic World games, Jurassic World Primal Ops. So actually that particular game has a lot of potential. It has a really good gameplay to it. The dinosaurs on that game actually are really good looking. They have a certain character to them. But unfortunately, you know, Jurassic World Primal Ops didn't push through. I just wish that there was enough effort to maintain that particular game, but nonetheless, it's not there. So, but I want to make some creatures out of that, and this is one of them, Aero Titan. So, although it doesn't have a crest, it has a lot of details on the head, so, and also on the wingspan as well. So, our Aero Titan. And that's it for the size comparison, guys, on our Barbaridactylus. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Let's now move along to the next portion of the video, which is Extinct Species Roll Call. And we have here all the creatures that we've presented here so far on this particular video. And if you do have other suggestions of other creatures that you'd like to see here on this channel, especially those coming from Prehistoric planet, please comment them down below, and if I happen to read them up and see if they're something that I can actually make, then I'll definitely make those. Also, while we're here, would like to remind you guys that all that you see here is actually available in our Extinct playlist over here. But I'll also be placing here individual links of all that you see here, so that you won't have to go through all 450 plus species or video uploads that are already included in this particular channel. Alright, so let's now begin with our Extinct Species Roll Call. Let's start from this side, shall we? This is our Extinct Jurassic World Aero Titan. This is our Extinct Jurassic World Alive Dinosaur. These are Extinct Jurassic World Metal-inspired Capybara, our Extinct Jurassic Park Yellowstone-Bergia, our Extinct Jurassic World Cretaceous Pteranodon, our Extinct Jurassic World Alive Dactylus, and our Extinct Jurassic Park Novel Pterodactylus. And of course, the star to show here, this is our Extinct Prehistoric planet, Barbaridactylus. And that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this particular video, and if you happen to like it, please, well, give it a like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you won't have, so that you would be notified of all our video uploads here on this channel. And again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next. Bye everyone. Also, please don't forget to support our other channels, EB Toy Universe and The Adventures of Allan Ignacio. Please watch their videos and support our channel by subscribing. And as we always would say, guys, let your inner dino break roar! Thanks everyone, and bye!